Hi everybody. Support the investigation. Members: Gisette Dayana Echeverría Uribe, Sharon Dianey, Úrsula Valencia, Angie Paola Jaimes Almeida. Quality Research. Introduction. The purpose of the research is to know the possibility personality disorders that adolescents develop due to the use of psychoactive substances. Substances used among teens can range from experimentation to serious substance use disorders. Research problem approach. Research question. What possible personality disorders do adolescents develop due to the use of psychoactive substances? Research problem. Adolescence, due to its evolutionary characteristics such as the desire for identity and personal independence, distancing from family values, and the emphasis on the need for acceptance by the group, becomes the evolutionary stage with the highest risks of initiation or consumption of drugs. Based on the DSM-5, personality disorders have a broad relationship with the development of addictive behaviors. They are related to addiction, such as drug addiction, alcoholism, and pathological gambling. Substances use disorder can refer to substances use or dependence. Overall objective: analyze the personality disorders derived from the consumption of psychoactive substances. Specific objectives: 1. Identify the symptoms that appear in personality disorders. 2. Know the characteristics of the different types of personality disorder. 3. Discuss treatment techniques that can be applied to people with a disorder. Justification: the adolescent brain appears to be more susceptible to hallucinations than the adult brain, and the early onset of heavy cannabis use appears to change the trajectory of normal brain development. Adolescents who use marijuana excessively or regularly show a number of cognitive deficits, such as decreased concentration, learning and memory, and an inability to change ideas or actions. According to the DSM, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, personality disorders include personality disorders and mental retardation, which means that a diagnosis should always be made by assuming their presence or absence. Theoretical framework. Drug use is one of the most interesting problems in recent decades due to the growing involvement of adolescents and young people in these behaviors. The adolescents going through a series of cognitive, personal, and psychosocial changes that make them vulnerable to problematic behaviors. Problematic some personality disorders caused by addiction to psychoactive substances are: personality disorders is a type of mental disorders in which you have a marked and unhealthy pattern of thinking, performance, and behavior. Antisocial personality disorders. It is a common pattern of competence and violation of the rights of others. Narcissist personality disorders. It is a universal mode of tolerance that requires administration, self-esteem, and lack of compassion, which hides demand self-esteem. Dependent personality disorder. Dependent personality has an early onset, long-term pattern of behavior and dissociative course, which not only appears during acts one or at least three disorders, but affects external levels that can affect parts of the body and interaction with reality. Obsessive compulsive disorder. Defined as a general way of focusing on order, perfectionism, and spiritual and interpersonal control, but at the expense of flexibility. Conclusion. Today, drug use is an important social phenomenon that particularly affects adolescents. The prevalence of drug use and abuse in adolescence and early adulthood is high. Nowadays, adolescents have to learn to live with drugs, making decisions about their consumption or abstinence from them. The process of socialization with family, friends, school, and the media is important in this. The perception of risks and risk factors, along with leisure, free time, and recreational life, are elements that we must consider to understand these problems. Adolescents who pretend these types of problems were considered infertile since it was believed that they present a social deviation or with disorders now recognized as true mental illness. Thanks.